Dallas. Jake Humphries, Dallas Cowboys, money line. Why do I like Dallas? Hey, I love the Dallas Cowboys this week. I actually think that this pick, for me, could be boosted from 1 to 2 stakes just based on how I feel, how I sleep. Maybe if I wake up on a certain side of the bed, I'll think, hey, man, you know what? Let's get into the Dallas Cowboys in this game. I am 100% sure that the Dallas Cowboys are being thrown to the wolves ahead of this game. They have lost Tony Romo. They were a -3.5 or -4 point favourite, whatever. Tony Romo goes down for 8 to 10 weeks with a back injury, and Dak Prescott, the rookie who came in and looked relatively promising in the preseason, has come in and taken the starting job, and people are very quick to sell him. Not sure how Dak Prescott is going to play, but I know that Dak Prescott, as a rookie quarterback coming in, he had a good preseason, but let me tell you, this Dallas Cowboys offense is so legit. Like, if Dak Prescott... Okay, so let's talk about things that a rookie quarterback making their debut want on offense. First and foremost, you want a good offensive line. You want protection. You want time in the pocket when you're going to throw it. You don't want to be getting dirty. If you're getting hit early and often, it's going to put a bit of a hole in your confidence, and it might make it tricky for you, okay, on your debut. And the Dallas Cowboys offensive line is the best in football. Smith, Collins, Frederick, Martin, Free. This is an offensive line where I know the names of every single player on the offensive line, and that means that they're a good offensive line. What else do you want? You want a running back, right? You want a running back, you want the ability to move the football on the ground. A good running game is a quarterback's best friend. It allows Dak Prescott to work the play action, which is a play fake where he drops back, he fakes a handoff to the running back, and he can look downfield for passing options. If he can establish a running game in this one, it's going to keep the defense honest, it's going to keep the defense expecting the run, therefore there's going to be more opportunities for him to work the ball downfield. So does Dak Prescott have a good running game? Well, Dak Prescott has a running back out of Ohio State called Ezekiel Elliott, who in my opinion is going to run for 1,500 yards this season. He's an absolute stud. He's a blue-collar running back. He's athletic. He's big. He's a really big boy. He's 6 foot, 225 pounds, okay? He's chunky. He's athletic. He's injury-free. He's confident. They then have a guy called Alfred Morris, who is 27 years of age. He was a bruiser running for the Washington Redskins, ran for 751 yards last year off 202 carries and 1 touchdown. Not a great average of 3.7, but this guy is still going to be able to come in and get you 30 or 40 crucial yards per game. I really like Alfred Morris as a backup in this game. So they have Ezekiel Elliott in running back. They have an excellent offensive line, and they have Alfred Morris backing up. So already we think to ourselves, all right, well, Dak Prescott has got a pretty good running game. He's got a good offensive line. What does he have in the receiver category? So now he needs some good receivers. Does he have a guy who he can throw the ball up there and kind of think, all right, this guy might be able to bail me out. Might throw it a little bit off target. Might throw it a little bit too high, too low. Can I get a completion out of this guy? He has Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant is a really aggressive receiver. He has a big wingspan. He's got incredible hands, incredible speed. He is the kind of guy that can make average quarterbacks look good, look really good. Dak Prescott is going to be loving the connection, the opportunity to throw it to Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant is so good. He's so good. And this Giants defense, their secondary, they lost Prince Amukamara to Jacksonville, who was one of their better corners last season. Their defense has always had problems. They've had problems for quite a long time, the last 3 or 4 years. So they lost Prince Amukamara on defense. I'm not too sure what they've been able to do in regards to compensating for his loss, but I do know that they don't have a top 10 cornerback on their defense, and they're going to have a hard time with Dez Bryant. Now, Terrence Williams and Cole Beasley are 2 really underrated backup guys. Terrence Williams is kind of like... he's got relatively good speed. He's got good hands. He's a pretty solid route runner. Terrence Williams is the kind of guy that a couple of times a year he's going to blow up and get you some big numbers. He's a down the field threat. He's solid, okay? He's solid. But the guy I really like is Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley is the kind of dude who is going to run you those little 7 to 8 yard routes, and he's going to get open. He's going to get his hands on the ball. He's got good hands. He's got good catching ability, and he's really zippy. He's a matchup nightmare for those linebackers on the inside who are forced to cover those slot guys. Obviously, he's not very durable. If you get your hands on him, if you can hit him, you will be able to disrupt his route quite a lot. But if he can get into a little bit of space, if he can get a little bit of breathing room against these guys who are going to be covering him, Cole Beasley can not only catch it, but he can catch it and run with the ball afterwards. Cole Beasley has good hands. Cole Beasley is definitely underrated. Now, the last element of this offense that I want to talk about, in my opinion, this offense is so strong, but there's one more player on this offense that I really, really like, and his name is Jason Witten, okay? This guy is a tight end, and Jason Witten is the ultimate security blanket for a young quarterback. He's got great hands. He's got an excellent ability to catch the ball under pressure. He's a very, very good blocker. He's got no problem blocking. He's got no problem at all blocking 25 to 30 times per game. This guy's 34 years of age. He may be on the decline a little bit, but last year he had 77 catches for 713 yards and 3 touchdowns. Okay, in his career he has 60 touchdowns. 11,000 receiving yards and over 1,000 catches. He's only got 6 fumbles in his entire career. 1,020 catches and 6 fumbles. Okay, this guy Jason Witten is a security blanket. If the quarterback looks up and he's not sure who to throw it to, he's got Des Bryant, he's got Jason Witten, and he's got Terrence Williams and Cole Beasley. Okay, and then he can give the ball to Ezekiel Elliott when he chooses to. So this offense for the Dallas Cowboys is going to be very, very, very hard for the Giants to stop. Colin Cowherd talked about Steve Spagnuolo and this Giants defense, their second year under Steve Spagnuolo, and how they're going to be able to get this new install down. Man, I don't know if I'm buying all that. Like, I know Steve Spagnuolo is a good defensive-minded guy, but I just think this is a really, really tough task for them. The Giants are in a base 4-3 defense. Let's talk about their defense. They've got Olivier Vernon, left defensive end. They've got Cullen Jenkins inside. They've got Damon Harrison inside. They've got Jason Pierre-Paul, who is kind of searching for that form at 27 years of age that he used to have. Their weak side linebacker is JT Thomas, who is a 6th round pick in 2011. Last year he had 30 tackles, 46 tackles total, 36 solo tackles. Their middle linebacker is Keenan Robinson. I'm not too familiar with any of these faces. Their strong side linebacker is Devin Kennard, who's a 5th round pick in 2005, who made 58 tackles last year. 1 interception. Like, a lot of these guys are relatively unproven. Their corners, okay, so Janoris Jenkins comes in. That's a big up for them. Janoris Jenkins comes over from the Rams. He's a good player. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie is also a good player. And I like Jaron Hosley, the guy they got there as well, playing in that 3rd position. But none of these guys are going to be able to cover Des Bryant. Their safeties are Craig Dahl, all right? This dude, ninth year, out of North Dakota State, and then Collins. Who's Collins? I think this Collins guy might be 2nd round pick in 2015. He's out of Alabama. Last year he had 112 tackles. Landon Collins. I think this dude's a bit of a stud. Okay, but all in all, this Giants defense is not going to be able to trouble this Cowboy. I think this Cowboys offense is going to be able to churn all day long. The only issue I have with this Cowboys offense is, can Dak Prescott be good enough? Can he do enough to guide this team to a win? And I absolutely think he can. He's got the home field advantage. He's confident. He had a very, very good preseason, and he absolutely has the personnel to help him out on offense. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is the Dallas Cowboys defense. Let's talk about their defense. Let's talk about how bad their defense is, and let's talk about, can their defense kind of stop the Giants and what they're trying to do on the offensive side of the ball. Crawford, Mayowa, Sean Lee, Hitchens, Gatchkar, Skandrick, Church, Jones-Carr. There is no doubt that this Dallas Cowboys defense is bad. Okay, the Dallas Cowboys defense is bad and probably worse than the New York Giants offense. However, let's go across this New York Giants offense and have a quick talk about what they've got going on over there. If I can just find them, New York Giants offense. Okay, here we go. So the New York Giants offense, they have Eli Manning, who's a two-time Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's 35 years of age. Last year, he threw 14 interceptions. He had 35 touchdowns and a QBR of 93.6. So he had a pretty good year last year. Eli Manning, at this point in his career, doesn't look to be regressing too much. He had some bad seasons the years prior to last year, but honestly, last year, 35 touchdowns, 14 picks, and 93.6 rating off, 4,436 yards is a pretty good year. Okay, so here we go. He has Odell Beckham Jr., who, we all know him for that one-handed grab. We know him for the Madden cover, and last year he had 1,450 yards, 13 touchdowns, 96 grabs. So this guy's really, really good. Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be a bit of a matchup nightmare. Larry Donnell, Victor Cruz, Rashard Jennings and running back, who is a serviceable dude. He's pretty good. They got Andre Williams and Shane Vereen back there as well. Their offensive line, Flowers, Pugh, Richburg, Jerry, and Newhouse. So don't get me wrong, this Giants team is definitely going to be able to pose some problems for this Dallas Cowboys defense. But Victor Cruz, I don't think Victor Cruz is going to be able to come into his own straight away. This dude has had a career riddled with injuries. He's 29 years of age. You just wonder if he's going to be able to produce. He's only got 24 touchdowns in his career. Like, the media spark around Victor Cruz kind of is more powerful than what he's actually been able to do on the field. Obviously, he's got a lot of potential, but we don't really know his exact capabilities just because he hasn't spent much time on the field. Odell Beckham Jr. is obviously fantastic, but I just think that this Dallas Cowboys defense at home are going to be able to do enough. There are a lot of sharp punters betting on the under in this game. Okay, so if you go to like a standard gambling website, it'll tell you that everybody is betting on the over, 80%, 70%, whatever. But then this total has gone from 49 down to 46, which means there have been a handful of guys who've came in and thrown big coin on this under. And I'm not too sure why the under is so popular. I think that it's probably because the Cowboys are going to lean on a run-heavy offense, and maybe the Giants are going to try their luck running the ball as well. The Dallas Cowboys, they're probably not going to take too many shots down the field. They're probably going to run the ball. They're going to dink it over to Des Bryant, to Jason Witten. There may be a couple of long drives for the Dallas Cowboys, but there also could be a couple of breakaway plays. And both of these teams have a lot of deep threats. Ezekiel Elliott, he can break a run for 60 to 70. Des Bryant has the ability to catch it and run the entire field. Terrence Williams can do the same thing. And obviously Odell Beckham can do it for the Giants as well, and even Victor Cruz is capable. And Eli Manning has got no problem taking a shot down the field. So Colin Cowherd spoke about Eli Manning, the quarterback, making his 184th start versus Dak Prescott making his first ever start. And I'm thinking, man, I am 100% sure people are rushing to the window to bet on the Giants here, okay? They've gone from plus 3.5 to plus 4, all the way into money line because Tony Romo's out. They're still getting action. The Giants, people are still betting on them. And I don't think we should be selling this Dallas Cowboys team at home. Like, I know the Dallas Cowboys team have been a little bit of a nightmare over the last couple of seasons. They've found a way to lose games. But I think this Dak Prescott kid could be something special. I think if he manages the game, I think if he, does the little things right, gives the ball to the people he needs to give the ball to, and their defense just kind of does enough to stop Eli Manning and stop the Giants, I think the Dallas Cowboys can get over the line at home, and I even think you might be able to get them as an underdog a couple of hours before kickoff. So I like the Dallas Cowboys, man. All things considered, people are betting on the Giants. People are coming in here. They're writing off the home team, but this offense is so good. They have the better offensive line. In my opinion, they have the better receiving core. They certainly have a better tight end. They absolutely, no doubt about it, have a better running back core. And yes, the Giants' defense is better, but I think this could be a high-scoring game, and I think the Dallas Cowboys at home are just going to be able to get the job done. They're just going to be able to edge the Giants. Let's fade the public. Let's take the less favoured home team, and let's take the Dallas Cowboys. That's what we're doing. Thank you very much.